All right, we're back now. And you know what? Just for you, Lonnie, I will post the link so you could go immediately back to YouTube and you do not need to watch me on Twitch again. Here you go. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Was he really weak to fire or something? There's a way to check total hours the streamers streamed a specific game. I'm sure I'd be #1 in Monster Hunter World. We could probably do that. If you go to Sully Gnome and you go Monster Hunter World. Can I see top channels? Most watched. Hold on. Let's go by 365 days stream time. That doesn't look right. No way, man. There's people that are more than me. I'll show it to you. Have a good night, Fume. At least this is how the list breaks down. Can you even see that? I mean, I might be the largest streamer with the most number of hours, but I mean, there's a guy out there. I mean, 1,800 hours of Monster Hunter streamed. What the fuck? I mean, that's 5 hours a day. I mean, that's 35 hours a week. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, you tell me. Close enough? You gotta put a lot of effort in to make Monster Hunter entertaining. That's for sure. Oh wait, hold on. I do not I didn't open up the new YouTube chat. I did all that stuff for everyone and now they're like being ignored in the corner. I wonder how long that would have gone on for if like I just never noticed. Okay, hold on. I was gonna check something. ProCal only here for the old Monster Hunter, which is honestly real and based of him. I just want to see what his hit zones are. Like, I know he's weak to fire, but like, how weak to fire? Like, could blast be better? Probably. Gavin Harabe, hello. Okay, weaknesses. 35 on his, what is that? Top thingies. He's actually not that weak to fire. Well, he's not really that weak to anything everywhere. Okay. No, it's probably worth it. If we could ever get his top parts, the fire is really good. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna fight the Apex. I want to make quality content for his audience. That's where you're wrong. Najarala. Okay. There's a step in the right direction. Punishing draw and stamina drain and water attack. Yo, it looks pretty good though. See that mask? Where's all my money? I feel like every time I start this game, I'm like, where'd all my money go? Oh my God. All right, well, can I go back to YouTube already? I already posted the link, man. What, do you want me to pack you some snacks in a little juice box too? What else do I gotta do to get you over there? Cats are blowing it while I'm offline on streets. Well, they deserve it. Paint a yellow line. That's it. You'll find on your subscriptions tab a yellow dash mark. If you go there, you will find this stream. Crowcat wants a juice box. Also deserves a juice box. Wound the head. You know, this set should be pretty good. Like, I know he's, like, not the easiest monster in the world, but... Yellow paint gaming? There was a moment a month or two ago that would have actually gained some, like, real traction. Is the plan? No! Why is everybody saying Apex title? No! Here's the plan. I'm going to make Tidal Najarala's armor set. And then I'm going to equip a greatsword. Probably the Chameleos greatsword, because I already made it. And then I'm going to kill him with the greatsword. If by some miracle I have like enough materials to like make a Tidal Najarala greatsword, I would show it, but I wouldn't use it. Not on this dude. Apex title show it off for the anniversary series? What about all the other monsters I fought that technically had an Apex version in this game? I guess none of them. If anything, I would do an oops all Apex video showing off all the Apexes in 4U. Nobody cares about those monsters. Well, if you don't love me at my Celtus, you don't deserve me at my Zinogre. I feel like I used Camila's greatsword a lot, though. It's because it's one of like the only greatswords I have. Look, do you want to hop on? Shavern, you want to hop on Fortnite and help me grind out stuff in 4U? I'm all for it. I'm doing all of it solo on top of all the other games. 4U had 3 good weapons? That's not true. Reject your slime propaganda. I think we want to spam mounts. Look, I could have just as well decided to do Oops All Insect Glaive in 4U. You know what? You ungrateful little fuckers. I made the Purple Gypceros gun lance. I didn't see anyone in the comments there. Oh, wow. Thank you for making the Purple Gypceros gun lance. Oh, you used the Chameleos greatsword twice in a row. Lazy streamer. Little bastard. Work very hard. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Do you want me? I could put. You know what? One more complaint. The rest of the series is going to be a 1 hour long Discord call where we all talk about every monster in series with 0 visuals. Is that what you want? I ran out of stamina. That sucks. I'll do the Discord call. It's honestly what Monster Hunter fans deserve. There's a visual, that's right. Noxel, I'm not going to go back and make Hollow Gen Gunner set. Physical event they just made a website for? Real talk? That's great. I'm assuming in Japan only. Yeah, it's in Japan. No, we're not gonna have anything in the West. Means his face. Doesn't his face take like no damage though? Purple looks great in monsters that aren't Gypceros. I think purple Gypceros looks great. Would I buy the Rathalos statue? I don't really buy merchandise, Gab and Harambe. That money that I would spend on that goes into Capcom stocks. No, I don't think Tidal's face takes a lot of damage. Oh no. Well, that's it for us. Just one share of Capcom stock with every Rathalos statue. I like the idea. Maybe I would have bought it then. They probably want you to use Blast on the face. No, he's like, all of his hit zones, Eduardo, are crisscross applesauce from normal najarala. So whatever is like strong on normal najarala is like opposite. It's like you want to attack this thing. Kind of a great design. Dude, how'd they hit? No. Kind of like a Giganox in Rage to regular Najarala. I have no idea what you're trying to say. So I'm just going to agree with you and give you permission to quote me on that. Hit zones are swapped. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, between the head and the tail, Najarala, it's like the entire body, man. Legs be the weakness? Normal Najarala's legs are very weak. I should probably heal. That was pretty fast. All things considered. 10 minutes for a first run. Probably gonna have to do this 3 or 4 more times. Depending on how lucky we get from the cats. Yeah, I mean, it's like a full inversion. You know, maybe I'll even talk about it in the video, but it's like, I put up Najarala. You know, Najarala, you want to hit the head. You want to hit the hind legs. Tidal, you do not want to hit the hind legs. You do not want to hit the head. Tidal, you want to hit the resonator. The resonator is 15% weakness on normal Najarala. Unless he's fatigued? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Front legs are very weak, but like you'll almost never hit them. You want to hit the crest up top. Or the resonator. I mean, he's got other good hit zones, but that is nice that exhaust is that good on him for making that easier to break. I know we just need to go right back in. Like, I'm not even gonna look because like there's no point. I did see the news on FTC banning non-compete clauses. What I really want to see is the FTC and federal government in general encouraging people to unionize. I know they will never do that, like ever, but... Oh, I forgot to eat though. But that would be based. What's the worst Apex? And for you? I mean, the only commonly considered worst deviant I can imagine. I mean, it depends on what criteria you're going by. Nobody wants to fight Dread King But at the same time, nobody wants to fight in Red Helm, so I don't even know if there's agreement there. In this game, I think most people probably hate Apex Tidal Najarala, because it's just like, why do you exist? It's my least favorite hunt, period. Hunt, period. Rise? The time era that spans from when you start playing Rise to when you stop playing Rise. I'm looking for the way out. I'm lost. You're doing a bow-only run of 4U and Tidal ended it. Does Ash Ketchawacha have a bow? He might have been able to help a little bit. That is, do not call him a baby gamer. Well, the only point maybe it was baby gamers when he gave up. Get back in there. Get back on that horse. Can I explain why I don't like Tidal? Did I say that? I didn't say that. You said it. I don't have any issue with Tidal. I think he's a really neat monster. I think he's pretty challenging for G1. But I mean, that's not a bad thing. Give me your leg. The mantis thing? I'll tell Kaz a big baby, man. You made Regios' hammer instead? Well, I'm sure that was probably a lot easier to manage. I mean, the issue is, like, if you're a gunner in 4U, like, you're constantly having to deal with split defense. Your G1's a struggle as it is. I'm gonna mash through it. Check this out. You impressed? You could really tell the amount of not damage I was doing. Chunk, 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 chunk. What subspecies do I like most? I think 4U has the best subspecies in general. I'm not keen on questions that are like, what is your favorite X? It's okay to, yeah, I mean, I have enough love in my heart for a lot of things. He leaves his arms down during that attack. He was challenging? That doesn't mean I don't like him. In fact, if anything, it makes me like him more. But I think most people would agree that Tidal Najarala is challenging. Why he's challenging? Well, I've got full health and full defense, almost full defense, and a lot of times he has hit me and I've had like a 20th of my health remaining. I don't know, he shoots the little ice ball at you. That homes in. His hit zones are all crisscross applesauce. You're not used to it. I mean, he's a G1 monster, but all I'm saying is he's hard for G1. Probably still using high rank gear. I don't know. I mean, if you go back with like G3 or whatever quasi G4 gear, maxed out weapon, yeah, it's gonna be pretty easy. Think his equipment is cool? I think it looks good. I'll admit, we're kind of cruising on him right now, but then again, like, I'm using Insect Blade, you know? Good night, Harambe. That. No, please! Ooh. That was close. You haven't played 4U before? It's a good game. It's a shame that you will have a hard time playing it if it's a game that you want to play. People detested Crystal Beard? I don't know, man. That whole 3DS exclusive era of video games, I just decided to play other games other than Monster Hunter for the most part. Like, it was a bit of a dark time. But, like, I didn't want to play video games on a 3DS. Mind you, I played Generations. I played Cross, even. I played Double Cross, but that was only because it was on the Switch. I'm not going to say I'm the internet's foremost expert on Crystal Beard, but I've probably spent more time thinking about him than most people. And the issue is like, he's just hard in the sense that he kind of counters group play. If you're solo, he's not that bad. Especially if you're solo with Adept. I'm not saying I hated the 3DS. I mean, I had a lot of games I enjoyed playing on my 3DS. It's just like, Monster Hunter isn't the type of game that I want to play on a little portable console. I paid my crimes with the PSP. And even then, you can make the argument, PSP was more enjoyable to play on than the 3DS. Wider screen. It's not like the 3DS always had the extra nubbin either. Get him. Get his ass. Get him. Yeah, acts kind of crazy when he's flashed, huh? Did I expect Zinogre to take top spot? I knew he would be like in the top 3. It was like either him or Legiacris. There was an off chance it was going to be Fatalis as well. Like, I knew it was going to be one of those. For you, still the best Monster Hunter? In a lot of ways, it is. Expecting Nergigante? I mean, Nergigante and Fatalis being up there. No, we can just attack the Iron Portal. It's about the same exact time as last time. Okay, we killed 2 of them. Should be able to make at least 2 more pieces of armor, right? Maybe 3? I wish his gear was better. Somebody said earlier that they liked his gear. Like, what do you like about it? The only thing that's a little out of place, Nefudis, is like Legiacris being up there. He's like way up there. And like, I don't know why anyone would fight World Zinogre and like World Zinogre. That's a good point, Nefudis. There is probably a lot of fall off of people. The elderly, the elderly people. All the elderly Monster Hunter fans have just like dropped off. They're all playing Final Fantasy 14. When I say, I want people to know, I say that with only the utmost of love in my heart. Bring back Evade Lance? You'll play the new games again? I mean, Evasion Mantle was goated in World. Consequently, there were definitely evade playstyles in Rise if you wanted to do that. We all become Azirion at some point? Not me, man! Well, okay, hold on. Oh my god, I became that for Rise, didn't I? Holy shit. Never mind. Okay, you know what? You're right. But as OP as in for you? No way, man. If you haven't done Monster Hunter World Evade Mantle, you're kidding yourself. Isn't it like 30% bonus damage? Or like nothing, just an evasion? Plus, like, World iframes, like, they're all over the place compared to... I mean, look, 4U had a lot of iframes, but, like, World's base iframes are, like, Evasion 1 and 4U. You're the only one holding yourself back. Jesus Christ. It's like every time with the Avian Stout Bones. Every time. Going through my posted videos and seeing the thumbnails for the daily series is awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. The more I post them, the more subscribers I lose. So. Try and figure that one out, man. I mean, look, I started with Freedom at Devil Taco, and I love World. There's a lot to love in that game. The Splasher. The Splasher is a shiny drop. It is a tail drop. It is a quest reward. It is better if you capture him. I gained you, though? Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing I'm not doing this for the analytics grind, right? Started with Freedom, you drop off the series entirely? I mean, I did not full clear Freedom. I did play Freedom 2, though. I dropped off of Freedom. I only really stuck with it after Freedom Unite. Guy who doesn't make content is now spamming my subs box with cave paintings. If they don't love me at my cave painting, they don't deserve me at my most mild. This game looks good for a 3DS. I have a very good HDMI cable. Thank you for noticing. You know what it is? I mean, it's honestly the truth. It's probably just because it's not mild speculation or world content. And they're like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to know anything about a Celtis. Just give me more content talking about how, like, what would happen if you gene spliced a Legiacris with a Zinogre and it was raised by an Nergigante. Like, that's what people want. They don't want anything to do with Blue Kutku. They're like, I don't care about Kutku. Kutku sucks. Just give me more world content. When are you going to bring Deathless back? That's all they want to know. Have monster fans turned to movie fans? Dude, brother, I don't know, dude. And I do this for a living, and I don't know. If I ever get an answer, I will tell you. No, I couldn't make it out. There is definitely a large number of people that do not still somehow only care about world. When am I coaching Asmongold? I mean, there is an opportunity there to sell your soul. You got to wake up to the rat alarm every day, but you might get some more subscribers. Top 10 monsters you think will return in Wilds, and the top 10 monsters you don't want to see come back. It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like that sort of content is terrible. And like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the content people crave. I mean, I think barring a horrific circumstance, they will work very hard to get those top 3 monsters in the game. Because why not? It's the views which I mean, but the thing is, like, I just don't care. I've got plenty of couches. And apparently a record-setting amount of beds in my house. So I am not one to complain. Maybe when I'm done with the countdown, I'll make more dumb videos. Or maybe I'll mix some dumb videos in. Break the face. Foreign country tour food videos? But those are good videos. If you were to ever go to Bangkok and you did not go to Mark Wien's Khao Phat Gan or whatever it is restaurant, you failed as a tourist. I mean that genuinely. Japanese ones are so pedestrian? I think you're being a little snooty right now, man. Foreigner comes to the country, he's like, wow, this food's so good. I can't believe it tastes fresh. And it was only $5. That's pretty based. There's a lot of people that are unable, unwilling, or whatever to ever travel to another country, and their only outlet for foreign food is literally people making YouTube content. Nobody should go to Ichiran? It's okay to go to a place just to know that's not what you want. I know the worst sushi I had was at a place that some YouTubers have called the best conveyor belt sushi in the country. But I wouldn't know it sucked unless I went. Mark Weens is on Coke 24/7. There's some really interesting blog posts from Mark Weens where he talks about like living in the equivalent of a studio, like a 100 square foot studio apartment with another dude with no AC, even though he could afford more, because he's like, I don't need anything else for my life other than to eat food. It's kind of based. And the thing is in Japan, like, even, I don't know, like, I'm not like fluffing their butthole or anything, but like, even the worst meals that you'll have are like usually better than most of what you'd get in the United States. Best conveyor belt sushi is best option on the dollar menu? Brother, no disrespect, but you don't know. You don't know. Plenty of great conveyor belt sushi. It's not like you can only have good sushi if it's like hand prepared for you by some guy that's been making it every day for like 50 years. They still gotta come from fish. Devil Taco, you can't type the word rise! Don't type rise in the chat! I'll let you out of hell one last time. A lot of times the conveyor belt stuff is better because the chef doesn't know you're foreign? Are you insinuating someone would give you worse food because you're foreign? I never had that experience. Well, am I ever going to turn that off? When will I heal? Why am I the one that has to change? Why do I have to be punished? Well, you guys are just gonna get me onto my rant about talking about how the pizza in Italy kind of sucks. And I'm gonna be fucking up all sorts of people, getting all sorts of enemies. Brother, Ichinose was on the 20th anniversary being like, we designed Rise for it to be more like a mobile game. And what, I'm the problem? You know what you deserve? You deserve Wilds to be the fucking Raid Shadow Legends that it's gonna become. And I want you to go to sleep every night knowing that's why. Goddamn idiot. Yeah, I'm the fucking problem. Yes, he said it. They're like, we're gonna put more mobile game elements in Rise. And we got like, we're like $300 of cosmetic DLC that would have just been included in the game if it were World. What do you mean, doomer mentality? He said it! No, I trust Takuda to do better. I didn't put that evil on you. You're the one that said it in the first place. Like, I'm the bad guy. You were mad when Takuda admitted World was based off of For You? Igwe, I'm sorry, man, but if you hate World and For You, like, it's just, like, not a This is like never gonna work. This is that part where we have to swipe off of each other on the dating platform. World had a terrible amount of DLC, though. It did have a lot of DLC. But all the DLC that mattered was given to us for free. Am I the crazy one? I feel like I'm being gaslit constantly. You gotta read the whole sentence? I don't have to. You can't make me. Okay, hold on. Let's read it word for word. Dude, I was so mad when Takuda admitted World was based off For You. Complaints, no wonder I fucking hate that game. What did I misunderstand? I read it word for word. What did I misunderstand? Now that's recorded on audio and somebody's gonna play it out of context. You're like, did you hear what Shepard said about World and For You? He said he's always hated both of the games. Why'd I read it like that? Because that's how I imagine your voice sounds. I don't hate it. I'm reading a YouTube chat comment. World was based off of For You complaints. Okay. Well, what are the complaints about For You? The game was too base? The game was made for the 3DS? I don't understand. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to kill this tidal najarala, and it's a real pain in my dick. Okay, well, you know what? You're right. For You was the last time they cared about not appeasing the baby gamers. And from that game forward, it has been baby gamer central. The Monster Hunter World Reddit is now a nursery for infants that are somehow able to communicate their thoughts. In between demanding nuggies and juice boxes, they want more Lagiacrus and Zinogre, and it will never be better. I swear to God, I have like a less than 1-year-old nephew who is more emotionally resilient than r/Monster Hunter. I don't know where that came from, but I'm sticking with it. It said I had to make an elemental weapon. Blast is an element. Why isn't it working? I died with the Elatrion. Now, you don't have to feel bad about liking Lagiacrus. It's fine, man. He's fine. The bitterness goes back to the 2018 tournament when a guy getting his art book signed got more upvotes than the tournament and the results from the tournament, okay? It's personal. It's always been personal. I will never forgive them. No, I don't care about that. You're talking about the 2020 tournament. I'm talking about the 2018 tournament. There were 2 posts from the event. One was the tournament results. The other one was literally a guy just like, I got my art book signed. And that one got more upvotes. Whatever. Sounds like I didn't get my art book signed. You're right, I didn't. Do I need splashers for anything else? Need a lot of heals. Oh my god, I need so many splashers. Why do I need so many? Well, it's gonna be at least 2 more times, probably 3. What was the tournament? I mean, in the olden era, they used to have tournaments in Japan and in broader areas of Asia pretty regularly. In fact, Japan would have a nearly annual 5 championships, the 4 directions of Japan, plus a final grand championship. And for World, they had a tournament in the United States. They had a tournament in South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, USA, whatever, South Korea. And then the winners of those tournaments went on to compete in an exhibition dream match in Japan. Speedrunning certain monsters with certain gear? Brother, I'm about to blow your mind. You're gonna be in fragments on the ground. You think of another event to showcase wilds like the one with the hunting horn incident? That is very rude of you to speak of QA with such disrespect. Do you see these arena quests? Like, they exist for a reason, man. What do? They say this is going to be the arena match you're going to do. And then, do you want to do it? They did nothing of the sort for Monster Hunter Ascension? You know, they might be waiting for Wilds to do something. You got to, I mean, we live in I hate to be the one to break it to you. I mean, we live in a post-coronavirus world right now, and they just may not feel comfortable having in-person events like that anymore. Now, mind you, they are doing stuff for Street Fighter 6, so who knows? We live in a post-NA champ world. That is pretty much when everything got fucked up when you think about it. I mean, really? If you were to put a pin on it, it was the 2020 tournament that really signaled the end of Western civilization. I'm not saying I'm responsible, but I probably didn't help the situation. Yeah, Monster Hunter World is the best-selling Capcom game ever. Street Fighter 6 might beat it? No. Absolutely not. As of right now, Monster Hunter World has sold, I think this is outdated, but they call it 19.6 million units. Iceborne says 11. I don't know if you add them together or not. Street Fighter 6, it's not even in the top 10. It's not even, it hasn't even beaten Street Fighter 5. It hasn't even beaten, well, it must not be on this list. Where the hell is it? Street. It's not looking good. Street Fighter 5 is higher than what? Did nobody buy Street Fighter 6? Street Fighter 4? See Dead Rising. Street Fighter 6 is currently 37th at 2.9 million units. It is currently behind Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy and DMC Devil May Cry. That's tough. That's tough. It's not good. I mean, if you want to know the best-selling Capcom titles, it's World, Rise, Resident Evil 2, RE7, Iceborne, and RE Village. It's basically Resident Evil and Monster Hunter sweep with Devil May Cry 5 at number 10. Imagine Daigo and Snake Eyes racing to beat Fatalis. Snake Eyes plays Monster Hunter. He has said very controversial things that I will not repeat in this chat. But he did play Monster Hunter. He did enjoy it well enough. Are they controversial things about Monster Hunter? They are. No, no, you'll never find out what he says about Toast. He hates it. The Dragon's Dogma 2 beats Street Fighter 6. The data is not updated. We'll probably get information soon. Do I like Smiling Friends? I don't. Is that a cartoon? I've never watched it. I spend most of my media time recently watching early 90s to mid 2000s short form horror videos. You know, Jen and I watched Spy Family and she enjoyed it. And then we tried to watch Rerun and, you know, she just wants to watch Little Crypt Keeper. He likes the little guy. I almost died there. See, I told you he's hard. I could still die if he hits me. Appreciate the humor inside, friends? I probably would. You know what it is, man? It's just like, I'm a gamer, dude. I spend all my time when I'm not playing video games on Twitch, I'm spending it playing video games. Is this the generation before World? It is! You would call this Generation 4. And World is Generation 5. Don't hit me. Crazy visual difference. World is really beautiful. I mean, World is like one of the best video games ever. Best looking video games ever. So it's not fair, really, to compare other video games to World. World is 6 years old at this point. And I think it still clears a lot of modern video games. A lot of modern video games spend a lot of their like graphic budget on like shadows. But like they don't look significantly better than like older games. So. I don't really know what's going on with that. Did Midnight launch for World? I remember picking up my deluxe copy and being remembered by Capcom and being given a digital code for when I was going to play it. And going out of my way to finally install like a new SSD in my PS4 Pro. I never opened up the deluxe version. I still have it in a box. That'll be for my retirement. I mean, it's okay if you like the graphical style of Generations over World. World's definitely in that weird hybrid of realistic stuff. You liked when the zones were flat? mean, even 4U has legend. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you gotta remember, there's people that played so much Freedom Unite that when Try came out, they said they didn't like Monster Hunter anymore. There will be a day where somebody will say, I don't like Monster Hunter anymore. It's nothing like Monster Hunter Rise. I want my Rise. I'm gonna die here. Let me out. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that played Try or 3 Ultimate, Portable Third. They're like, it's just not hard enough. You know, it wasn't hard for them anymore. They didn't consider it difficult. For the Dragma VODs, yeah, there's a playlist. They might be hidden. Or not hidden, they're unlisted in the playlist. I will periodically clear out my streams because apparently YouTube recommends those videos to people, and then they're like, well, I don't want to just watch a 7-hour VOD. So rather than it recommending those videos, I put them on hide. Or unlisted. The Volcanic Hollow? Was it like Area 8? That area sucks. Not a fan. You know, it's like he also retreats a lot. Feels like it. Game Grumps did not use playlists. Yeah, I wonder why. He's got to be dying soon, right? Come on, we've been going on so hard on you. Thought I was holding a cigar? It's like a bow staff? Can't see anything. Can't hear anything. that faster than 10 minutes? No. They've all been within like 30 seconds of each other. Peel. To hide, I guess. Blood sack. Spanish for skin. I didn't know that. I appreciate you telling me that. There's the splasher. How many more do we need? I feel like I'm here forever. I think I need 7. I think I need 7 total. I also need to get some avian bones. There's 4. I mean, everything else we're good on. Heals, we might be a little bit limited on. I'm sure we'll have plenty by the time it gets there, though. You're right. You are very correct. We did need... Use my sweet para-weapon for the real fight. You want to see it? I'll show it to you if you want to see it. You gotta ask nicely, though. I could post it as like a trivia. What monster did this weapon come from? Master Bang. Four more. I mean, that's going to be at least 2 more hunts. Was that a hacked sharpness bar? Brother, that is definitely not a legit sharpness bar. That's for damn sure. Let me just say something. The most messed up part of the Master Bang is not the sharpness bar. The sharpness bar is bad. It gets so much worse. Look, man, it's been so, I don't know how that got in there. This is literally the equivalent of somebody being stopped by the police and them finding like some drugs or whatever, like in their back seat and being like, yo, I just drive Uber. I don't know how that got in there. Can't prove anything. To my defense, when we discovered the Master Bank, I didn't even have free element on any of my sets. So you know what? I'm innocent. You can't prove nothing. If we examine them, you can go back to the VODs. Go back to the VODs when we first discovered the master bait. I continue to hologen later or switch to variety? We're only doing 4U today. Hologen is way later down on the list. I technically have all the content I need, but we are going to try and do it with Fortify. I think Fortify and the Bracky Switch Axe, and we'll be golden. It was 355 raw. Something like 19,000. Almost 20,000 paralysis. Hidden behind free element. Were your Switch Axe good? Always has been. Whatever made you think it was bad? My opinion and try. I was just tired of getting comments. And my criticism from try still stands. It's still kind of a boring weapon if you play it quote-unquote ideally. Did I break this? I did. You know, spamming up downs. I think World Switch Axe is probably the best. Yeah, I agree with that. The transformation chop is a big reason why it's so good. I read the status charts for monsters? Oh. Like, how do I literally read the status charts, or how do I make my own particular determination on how good it is? For the second part, it's usually like either are they weak to getting inflicted to it, or does it have like a really long duration? Ideally both. You know, what's the status build up? Resistance, because like they gain a resistance every time you get inflicted with it. What's the cap? What's it go up by? What's the total cap? How do I determine it? Let me show you two different monsters. I'm going to give you a really bad example, or a good example to start. Okay, we're gonna start. This is these are the numbers from Red Helm. So if we take a look at how much damage he takes, well, let's take a look at poison. So his initial poison application only takes 100 poison status. His second poison application will take 180 because it's 100 plus 80. And then by the time it gets to 460, that's the max tolerance he can get. Every time you inflict it, he takes 150 damage. It takes 60 seconds for it to wear off. Sleep, 80 is the initial. It goes up by 80. It maxes out at 400. He sleeps for 60 seconds. Para, it's a 12-second long duration paralysis. 80 goes up by 80, caps at 400. Stun, he is stunned by 7 seconds. His first tolerance is 200, goes up by 80. It caps at 300. The other one is exhaustion, which varies. The next one is enrage, I guess. I never really look at those. I don't really look at exhaustion or enrage that often, but that should be what those are. And the final one is blast. So 70 goes up by 30. Max tolerance is 500. So damage is 100. So those are all fairly low numbers relative to, most monsters. I mean, name a monster that is probably of average resistances. I don't know. Let's get like Rathalos. Rathalos up here. Has Blast ever been bad? It's never been bad, but sometimes there's better options. It's never been bad, as far as I know. It's less good in Rise. So this up next is Rathalos. Rathalos, his initial tolerance for poison is 180. Goes up by 100. Max tolerance is 580. Sleep. Come on. Move. Sleep is 40. Is 180 for the first one. Tolerance increase goes up by 110. Max is 730. Para is 10 versus 12. 180 goes up by 110. Max is 730. Stun is 10. Starts at 150, goes up by 150, caps at 750. So you can make the argument that maybe stun is better on Rathalos than on Red Helm because it lasts for 10 seconds. So if you wanted 100 poison, you would need 10 hits to proc it. Depends on the amount of poison your weapon has. So if you had 100 poison sword and shield pick'ems, one hit would trigger it on the first hit. Is 150 damage worth it for poison? Seems low. Well, depends on the monster's hit zones. I will give you the best case example. These are the hit zones for Crystal Beard. Poison only lasts 30 seconds, is 150, only goes up by 75, caps at 450, does double the damage. When I tried to kill EX Crystal Beard and I used poison, I couldn't do it. He wouldn't die. Now, allegedly, EX Deviants get some sort of boosted status resistance. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I just don't know. But when I used... Was it a water sword and shield? I forget. It was like water or ice something. You could watch the video. You tell me. I think it was an insect glaive. I think it was a water insect glaive. We cleared him easily. So. In general, Pick'em's status is going to be 2 numbers, rarely 3. And so whether or not you divide it by 10 or not will depend on the game. Usually you divide it by 10. Can't build up resistance to straight damage. I mean, it's just like, I think out of every monster in GU, Crystal Beard is just the weakest to poison. And so you would hope that on that one guy, in that one example, that poison would be good. Just wasn't. Now, I think if you had multiple people playing, If you were a gunner and you had the option of using poison shot, it would be worth it. If you're running a melee weapon, you're better off running water or just real damage. Maybe blast, I don't know. Thanks for the explanation, you're very welcome. Maybe maybe I'll clip that, or maybe I'll make an expanded video on it. A video in the future. I don't know how many content creators actually ever, quote unquote Monster Hunter content creators, ever actually discuss that aspect of the mechanics. Maybe some do. I'm talking to the guy that did the Latreon sleep bombing video. I get a little silly when it comes to statuses. I just love them. I just think they're so cute. And so when you're running your status cats pick'ems, and your status cat is hitting like 9 times in a row for like 20 status, you might be doing a total of like 180 status. That's why it's so good. There might be some like modifier. It might be like 0.7 or something, but it's still a lot of status outgoing. You know, it's Flaccid Bagel for Monster Hunter in general. The effect of a lot of status is exponential in multiplayer. Because, like, if you're sleeping a monster, that's, like, potentially 4 times the amount of bombs or wake-up damage. You're paralyzing a monster, that's potentially 4 times the amount of people getting free hits off. You having a moment here, Incognito Man? I don't believe it. You are the moment. Can I access the DLC menu in Portable Third? Like on my PlayStation 3? I may be... Okay, here's the problem. Maybe on my PSP if I can find it, or Vita TV. My PlayStation 3, let's just say it's in a state of custom software, and I'd be a little bit nervous about putting it online. But if I find my PSP, absolutely. And I think I know where it is. Can't access it on Vita? Do you think they shut down that aspect of the server? When the 3U and 4U stuff went down? Maybe. What about on Freedom? Or Freedom 2? Or Freedom Unite. All of those things. I'll go look in the corner over here to see what I got. Definitely not gone and forgotten, but not down here with me. Probably in the room upstairs. I'll take a look. Maybe they spun down the server when all the Wii U stuff got shut down. They're like, we'll just kill everything before GU, I guess. Talk about trying to preserve everything just in time. Holy crap. The private servers for 4U yet. Doesn't really work like that. 4U is peer-to-peer. Now you might have heard the other month Nintendo completely shut down Yuzu, and along with that has been Citra. So the multiplayer structure for Citra has been really messed up. You have a backup of Freedom Unite, but not of Portable Third. How bad is that? I mean, if we have the saves, what does that mean? You didn't know they shut down Yuzu? There was a huge lawsuit, and Nintendo won. And I'm going to get a lot of people really angry when I say this, but, like, they kind of brought it on themselves. And I love emulation and game preservation. But they released Breath of the Wild on a special paid-for-only version of the emulator before Street Date. And, like, they even allegedly gave people copies of the game. So they had a really good thing. I think they just got maybe cocky, a little too proud. They're like, oh, we want people to say, like, we're the big dicks of the emulation world. You know, we figured out emulation on an 8-year-old Android tablet. We'll allow you to play the game before Street Date. And Nintendo found out. And if it weren't for that, like, Nintendo couldn't do anything. I mean, you'll notice Ryujinx is still up. I don't even know if it was greed. I mean, maybe it was. I feel, to me, that feels like somebody who, like, had something to prove. And was like, I want people to know that, like, I'm the best at writing code on emulators. Definitely complacent. You know, it bankrupted it, but there was an emulator called Gleam. People that I didn't know, the Sega Dreamcast, Sega's last console. There was a company that went out of their way to make PlayStation 1 emulation work on the Dreamcast. And it was sold, like, as a commercial product. And Sony sued Gleam. They said, we don't want you selling a commercial version of our emulator. And actually, the judge sided with Gleam. It bankrupted the company, but they said all they're doing is selling that emulator infrastructure. So what really, it's two things that killed it. It's obviously the distribution of the game. That was really dumb. But what they made a special mention of in the court documents was there are certain encryption keys built into, I think it's both 3DS and Switch games, but almost every game of the modern era has some sort of encryption. And something about the way the judge interpreted, the way Yuzu interpreted decryption keys, they said that you can't do that. Now, I don't know enough about it to know anything. I get the sense that the judge probably overreached, but at the same time, you know, you gave them the evidence to do that. So now, like, now everyone's got to be on high alert because fucking Yuzu guys had to screw it up for everyone. I mean, I don't think Yuzu ever distributed their keys. I mean, I definitely have pulled my own keys. I've got my own keys. And I've always been okay with that because, like, it's, I mean, as far as I am concerned, it is legal in the United States to do that. I've committed no crimes. What's after Najarala? I'd have to check the list. Celtis is on there somewhere, man. I think Shrouded Nursilla. I don't even think if they had early fixes for whatever. It wasn't Breath of the Wild, right? It was something Kingdom. I don't think that would have been the issue. I think it was like their Discord, they were actively like, here's the game. Here's how you get the game. My understanding is Cemu is like the most advanced Breath of the Wild emulator on the planet right now. I feel like it's gotten worse for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and I don't know why. So yeah, good old Bleem. Bleem took the shot, man. They went bankrupt in the process, but they put an absolute bow on the matter of emulation. That was probably around, God, maybe that would have been around 2003. Anyone want to look it up? The Bleem cast. I mean, you could play 3 Ultimate at 60 FPS on Cemu, but God knows it would really rather be running at 30. Or whatever's going on there. I'm not sure if you heard my theory, Toad, but I think the spinning bludgeon thing is because the logic for the golf swing isn't based on animation. I think it's based on time spent spinning. And the game logic is you're not spinning long enough or you're spinning too much. I have no idea. It's really weird. It's just a theory, though. Oh, apparently the Gmod thing, Igwe, is fake news. Nintendo did not ask Gmod to remove all the Nintendo characters. It's just a copyright troll, trademark troll. It's just a guy that goes around telling people Nintendo doesn't want you using their stuff. It's not actually Nintendo. They literally got one guy. Which is stressful for everyone, man. I'm sure there's a lot of great Nintendo content in Gmod. Theory guy quit. I'm gonna say he quit. He retired. The YouTube life is not a life you should ever live full time. It's not healthy. Let Matt Pat rest. Let him drink his Diet Coke and play his Five Nights at Freddy's alone and in peace. I'm talking about Magic Patrick. And he had to deal with all sorts of scummy things, right? Ooh, that was faster. That was under 9 minutes. Wasn't there some guy that was like trying to steal all of his content? Like some agency or something? Really try to screw him over? Really locked in, najarala. He's still in other people's videos. He's not totally dead. I mean, if he can retire, man, I'm happy for him. Am I doing Cephadromin for you? He was on my list to do in for you. Why? Do you have any other suggestions? I know he really, really wanted to be on Hot Ones. And I don't know why they won't just invite him on, because nothing would make him happier. He's put in the work. He's not Conan O'Brien, but you know, he's known. Do it in Monster Hunter like he deserves. I do like his cutscene in Monster Hunter, but then I would have to set up Monster Hunter. I'll probably fight him in for you. I got 2 splashers. When's Shaw? Sooner than you think. Probably. That's going to be a whole day, man. That's just going to be like... I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be like 6 hours. I am not making one of... Well, I should make one of his weapons. Aren't his insect glaive is very good. Hot Ones does 1 YouTube celeb a season. I mean, look, if he's getting high-profile people, I mean, that's fine. But, you know, Matt Pat made a video all about Hot Ones. He definitely made a lot of good content. I mean, you know, pretty, like, wholesome content. You can feel good about the content he made. Family fun. I mean, in a perfect world, you know, I would showcase every monster in every game with every armor and every weapon. But I'm like one guy. And like each video gets like 1,000 views. So, I mean, when we really break down the ad revenue, I'm making perfect. I could be in a call center scamming the elderly in India, definitely making more money. Definitely. Matt Pat got the Pope a copy of Undertale. That's sick. Where are we at? All weapons 0 to Fatalis challenge? Brother, we're doing a no heal to Fatalis right now. We used Gun Lance, Hammer, and Dual Blades. What, have you been gone for that long? I'm mad at you. I'm sore at you, Aniel. Something was wrong with the anchor settings. You can't access it now. Oh, that's good. Well, that's good. That's good. But wait, what was wrong with your network settings? Did you just have to reset your router? You're sorry? You know what? I'm going to say 2024 is the year of forgiveness. And I'm going to say I forgive you. And then maybe by the end of the countdown, I can learn to forgive Monster Hunter Rise. Is that just some people who had only played World's Choice of Meme? Almost definitely. Definitely a meme vote. Yeah, I think it'd be healing. I mean, I forgive Aniel. I forgive them. But Aniel, if you go to the YouTube, here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. Go to the YouTube. Check out the stream that I did literally today. No Heal Chapter 7, Chapter 8. Where is it? Somebody help me out. Grandpa's confused. Number 7. Watch the last hour of it, man. We do, well, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, we do a latch around with no heals, brother. You check it out. I mean, we're still doing good monster content. I'm gonna tell you though, man. I think after this last heal list run, other than this challenge and 100% GU, we're probably on like a couple month break from World Challenge runs. It's not because it's not good content, or not necessarily because people aren't watching it, but it's like not enough or people are watching it that I'm going to do that before Wilds come out. I'd rather just play more variety for at least a little while. Return to World is gone. It's all now Return to Rise. My YouTube profile pic is from promotional art from Monster Hunter Frontier Season 3, I think. It's a guy holding a gun lance. Hold on, let me see if I can find the actual full picture for you. Beautiful art that season. Season 10, I was way off. This is like the micro version. There's definitely a higher resolution version of this out there. But this is the high resolution. This is the low res version off the wiki. But you can definitely find a high res version. I'll just put the link in here for you. It goes hard, man. I love that. That is my favorite art style / combination of weapons ever. It's beautiful, man. I love it. And they've got that for every you know, every class, whatever, every weapon style. It's got a little icon. And like I said, if you look hard enough, you can find that in like way higher resolution than what I just posted. I think that's a Lavaziov helm, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it's Lavaziov. They like Lavaziov. You gotta remember, Frontier had this weird thing with Lavaziov. It's a great game. Someday the project that was promised will come out, and we'll be a Frontier stream for like 3 years. Any idea who the artist is? Absolutely not. I have no idea. I wish I did. Wasn't there drama when Mainline got Lavaziov? Apparently that is a rumor that is unsubstantiated. I mean, you think about it. Of the people that were playing Frontier, they were probably all Monster Hunter fans in the first place. Why would they care if their monster got put in another game? They're going to play that game too. There's a lot of reasons to complain in Frontier. I don't think a lack of monsters was ever really it. Outside of like the launch when it was basically like DOS but on PC. So I guess that's the burden of proof for that rumor is like find the player that complained, you know? Find any amount of players that complain. Like it's like you can't really find it. What? Lavaziov, Hypnoc, Espinos. I guess Orange Espinos would make 4. Flaming Espinos. I mean, there's definitely a lot more monsters that never came over than monsters that actually did. Hypnoc in any game besides Freedom, right? That's what we're talking about now. He was in Frontier. He got all sorts of subspecies in Frontier. Different colors. He had a Zenith version. A lot of content out there of me fighting Zenith Hypnoc, actually. He was an interesting fight. Fought him with extreme dual blades a lot. That was fun. Fun part is, like, if you get hit by his thing, you're just going to die anyways. So, like, you may as well use a skill that's going to take you down to 1 HP. You know, there's also rumors that, like, you would get reported and banned if you spoke English in the Japanese server. But I once did an accidental server-wide shout where I was trying to talk to the guild. And, like, I shouted to, like, the entire server. And I said something like, those crabs can eat an entire bag of dicks in English. And, like, I never got in trouble. For the record, those crabs can't eat a bag of dicks. But I was nervous because, like, I heard the rumors, like, oh, you'll get banned. But it's probably like any other game. Like, if you're spamming all chat with any language, you can get in trouble. Thought I like crabs? I do. But I was having a bad day, I guess, man. I don't know. I was fighting a crab and I died, I guess. So why else would I say that? Locals thought I was a local shit posting in English. I mean, I usually type in all lowercase anyways, which is, you know, either that or all caps will probably make you look like you're probably more somebody typing in another language. I mean, it's not like the developers couldn't see all of your chat logs in English if they really cared. You're paying. You're a paying customer. It is social distance. I prefer... I've reclaimed my identity. I'm now Small Dong Shepherd. Thank you. Would you want more Frontier monsters implemented in mainline if they had to change the movesets a little to fix? I'm fine with whatever the dev team does, Weenie Muffin. Like, I trust the developers of the series a lot more than I trust myself. I know that sounded like I'm a butt-sucking sycophant, but... outside of really a few design choices, I've never really had a major issue. I've never really had any issues with any of the monsters they made. I mean, that's just it, Pick'ems. Like, when you're, that's a good way to put it, too. Like, when I'm streaming in English, I can only really understand English. If there's some dude spouting off in another language, given the nature of the internet, like, they're probably trolling. I mean, it's just reality. But if the devs add no monsters at all, there's no roster. Genius, 10 out of 10. Because you know why? It'll bankrupt channels like Rage Game. They will not have any content to post about. It is the sacrifice that must be made to save the rest of us. One interesting thing, one development that came out earlier this month was City of Heroes, old MMO by NCSoft, granted a non-commercial license for people to take City of Heroes and run a private server completely above board. And so every month, the players hold like a donation drive to pay for the server costs. The server costs get paid for, and NCSoft is fine with it. Capcom have the option to put in online monsters. There's really not that many of them, Eduardo. And the one that you would want to put in, like maybe like Kaiser Bear, is like Banbro is just kind of like better. I mean, it's an interesting concept, Star Wars. I mean, you know, My Fair Huntress is an old YouTube series that is almost the same concept with far more likable people involved. But I mean, sure. I mean, you know, Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea taking a new player through with an experienced player. You like, you like sharing a game with someone else. He's not sleeping. He's down here. I mean, I would assume there are VTube streams filled with that content nowadays. I mean, after the Return to World campaign and everyone was playing it while there was like nothing else to do. I mean, wasn't like all of Hololive doing it? I'm assuming at least some of them were experts. Why did they turn Nerd Gigante into a rapper? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know if I've ever actually watched a Rage Gaming video. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm hating on something. Maybe I would watch it and love it. So, I mean, the online monsters, Eduardo, at the end of the day, it's like, there's not that many of them. And whatever legal separation there might be between them and Tencent, it's like not worth it. Like, I hate saying that. It's like not worth it. You don't mind the rap, honestly? I've just got beef for one specific reason, Carson, and you know what? That's just on me. They're a snake that would sell their own mother's life for a nickel. They sold out the community for a few dollars in AdSense, and they gave no apologies. So I can't ever forgive them for that. They lied multiple times. They took stolen content. Repeatedly, they've used stolen content. Repeatedly, they've used stolen artists' content. Now you go down the list, man. Like, is it like an animatron? Is it like an animation of Nerd Gigante rapping, or is it just like a Nerd Gigante still on the screen and like somebody's rapping? What were they doing? You're talking to a primary source. You're talking to a guy that was there. And don't you let anyone else muddy the waters. Because I've been here from the beginning. And if I got any clout, it's that I was fucking there. So the entire preservation of Frontier in whatsoever form you have ever seen, and don't let some shitlord show up and say, oh, I decoded the server off of a Wii U disc. Because that's not how that works. They don't put the server software on a Wii U disc. Oh, because you were able to get a Wii U copy of Frontier? No, they didn't do anything. No, everything was reverse engineered and built up from the ground up. And one person somehow found the way to get themselves banned from that group for being such a shitheel that they dumped all the files everywhere else, majorly jeopardizing the preservation of the stuff. And Rage Gaping was like one of the first people to take that and like majorly signal boost it. Thank God we've got the Capcom that we do. So they could have gone, I mean, they were going around shutting down people. Like some things did get shut down. Give me a bit time. Well, no, that's on you for not subscribing. It's the worst kind of person that would sell out a fandom because they want a little bit of ad revenue. That's what I mean. I'd rather them be like a Raid Shadow Legends official ambassador. Would be more ethical than what they're doing. Avian Stout Bones. We had a big out on Twitter, man, to the point where the community manager from Capcom was like, "Hey, can you stop yelling at Rage Gaming?" Like, can you stop yelling at him? He's like complaining to us that you're yelling at him. And like, you know, I know the community manager, so like for him, I was like, fine. You got it all wrong, Star Wars. And I'm sorry, dude, but I'm not going to repeat it all again. He took stolen information, he took stolen content and used it for his own ad revenue, jeopardizing the entire preservation project, and that's it. They bitched to Capcom. Yes. Went to Capcom and it was like, can you... He must have. I mean, why else would Yuri doing? Do you think Yuri take my side today? I hope Yuri is in a happier place. And when I like, and I don't like talking about it much because it's like all I'm doing is like I'm signal boosting by talking about it at all. Now at this point, you know, we're nearing 5 years after the fact. So you can probably talk about, I mean, you know, goddamn Monster Hunter Old School has a Frontier server up. So. But until the real team finishes their work, like I'm not making any content. And I would love to. But God knows this is a year that would be nice to have it. But to me, it's like, you know, I've got a few principles, and that is absolutely one of them. You know, I don't want to do anything to jeopardize long-term game preservation of the one series I care about, so. And it's like, people think it's not real, but like, what, like a week or two ago? There was like the lawyer for Pokemon was on Twitter, and they're like, hey man, how do you know what projects to shut down? And he's like, well, people talk about it. And then somebody sends me an email. And then I send them a cease and desist. And it's like, that shouldn't be shocking to anyone to hear that, and that makes sense. Well, I mean, it's his job, man. I mean, whatever. It sucks, but the guy's got to get paid. He's telling you how to not do it. He says, shut the hell up until your project's done. I mean, that's it. That's just that is the long way around to my point, Igwe, which is to say that maybe someday in the future we could maybe get non-commercial licenses to run some sort of back end for these games. People like you, journalists. Journalists write articles, right? And to be clear, Pickums, it wasn't like Yuri was taking my side. Yuri was like, can my two of the larger end Monster Hunter content creators not have a fight to the death on the internet in full display of each other? That's reasonable. The funny thing is I had just gotten done yelling at someone that stole it in the first place. And then fucking Rage was making videos. Oh man, I'm so mad. I get mad thinking about it. It's not good for my blood pressure, guys. He's eye prayer falling around all over the place. Get him! Okay, we're out. I'm not dealing with this. No, it's true, Igwe. I don't, you know, I mean, it's not that Capcom doesn't care about the old games. I just think they don't believe there's a financial incentive to make them. Maybe they think if they released a 4U HD, everyone would be playing that by the time Milds came out. Who knows? This is a lot of work. We're gonna need more of those Renopolis things later. The reason for stories, Igwe, is because they could have Marvelous do the conversion. And they don't need any core Capcom staff to do it. So like Marvelous is doing like basically licensed content when they make the stories games. It's just easy. And you know, they might think it'll get more kids. Like I'm not saying like Stories HD is exclusively like a kid's game. Dude, that Greatsword kind of goes with it, huh? I don't mean like a weirdo, but this set's kind of like... it's going on with that chest piece, man. Savage Axe and end with an SAED? In general, I'd say if you're going to end with like one file, you're better off AEDing, but if they want an SAED, that's cool. I think we're going to use this one. I think we're going to use this Greatsword. Did I hear they're releasing the anime episodes on the main Monster Hunter channel? I thought I saw something. I didn't really know what it meant. All I know is that somebody said the Blu-rays are $60 a season. I don't know what point in your life you are where you're looking to buy Monster Hunter Stories Blu-rays for $60, but it's something, I guess. Whatever point I'm at, it's a pretty low point. You're not wrong. Have any life powders too? There are weird scenes in that show. I mean, you know, the first game has some relatively mature stuff going down in like the first 10 minutes. Naviru farting on people excessively? What? Excuse me? Hey, we finally have money now. I'm gonna upgrade the armor slightly. We got money from just chain killing Najarala. I'm just gonna upgrade everything once. Inflation? Like Sonic inflation? Oh, it comes with speed sharpener? That's neat. How's the damage? From poison? I mean, it takes it. It actually takes some water, oddly enough. Takes no ice. I'm trying to think how I want to deco this up. It does not have very good slots. Doesn't even get full stamina drain. That's unfortunate. We get crit draw, maybe? Do I have a crit draw talisman? The talismans are so bad. I don't think I have a single crit draw talisman. What the hell, man? Yo, that's lame as hell. Is that hard of a skill to get? No, kind of. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna deco and attack up. I can get attack up large or XL here, and that's what I think we'll do. Love the music, man. You know, this series is nice because it is letting me easily find where I put all my decorations. Up Odogorons and Milds? It's a reasonable expectations, I guess, to have. I don't know. Well, the set is not very good for what we're doing. All right, it's recording time. Man, that greatsword really does kind of go with the whole set, huh? I don't know what is going on. I don't know. I feel like on one hand, I'm like, man, this set's kind of sexy. And then it's like, I look at the bird, the boob birds, and it's like, I like birds. I like boobs. I do. But I don't think I like it. It's not for me, man. Exudes dignity. Do you think the Gunner one looks better? Maybe I should make it. Shut up, Eduardo! You're getting too comfortable. You know your place. Probably get defender. Should gun more in the older games. Well, I mean, it's at least a little bit more respectable to gun in these games than it is in the modern games, I suppose. Grant Eduardo immunity. Him and ProCow are having like literally their own conversation right now about VTubers, and I don't want to interrupt them. So they're having like a moment together. They're having fun. So we'll Jesus Christ, did I not bring? I didn't bring any hot drinks. I was talking to Jen about VTubers today, and I was like, they can just make their boobs as big as they want them. Told her about the one time I was in the Monster Hunter Rise category, and there was a VTuber, and it was just like, I'm gonna try and let me see if I can like draw it. I mean no disrespect to people that like VTubers, by the way. Let me see if I can find the window capture. This is going to go in my recording, by the way. Whatever. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And it was like, you know, normal kind of VTuber sort of hair. These eyes. Imagine she's wearing glasses. This is not working out very well for me. Because like it's all squished. And then again, this is the side of the screen. Just like pretty much that. I mean, really, it was. Oh shoot. Oh, I screwed it up. Whatever. You get the point. But I was telling her, it's like, you can do whatever you want when you're a VTuber. Nobody can stop you. You can tell the person you're paying to make your VTuber avatar, you can always just reply back with like, bigger. Is it supposed to look like boobs or a ball sack? It was boobs bordering on ball sack. She didn't understand. I don't expect her to understand. How could you? I told her I liked the dog girl. I said the dog girl is actually really funny. I say I don't watch anyone else, and that's true. Which dog girl? There's only one that matters. And look. You need proof? Oh, okay. For a second, I thought ProCat was talking about the big boob streamer. He's like, I wonder who that is. I wonder which of the many VTubers I watch have the tremendous screen covering boobs. I'm in the For You category? That must be a mistake. There's some sort of mistake. Why not me? I will be ProCow's favorite big booby VTuber. Some people get away with it. Some people are a little animated guy on top of a big booby VTuber, and that's almost like gaming the system, but there's nobody stopping you. Waiting for maid? I did order a wig. I'm trying to get into final shape for the Return of the Hell Wheel streams. Anniversary videos aren't paying the bills, so I got to get that maid costume on. Am I attacking? Hell Wheel was tremendous content? I know. Takes a lot out of me, but you know what? I was able to do Deathless. I can do Hell Wheel again. Best streaks of weights. Just gonna leave the stream on for an extra couple hours, see if Bing Bang Maid gets back from work. Another Street Fighter tournament pay the bills? I mean, the Street Fighter tournament did pay really well. But you know, you're not gonna get one of those every year. I want to see him do the ricochet. No. Okay. I got good footage of it. God damn it. No. I thought I could get it. Are they gonna heal me? Catch me alive? I'm about to die. I've been hit by the second bite, thinking I was in a good position. And being in a bad position. God damn it. I don't think we're going to get the KO. I don't know if we're going to get him out. If I get one, I'll be fine. I'm not saying we're doing this without skills, but for all intents and purposes, we are doing this without skills. We got to attack up XL, I guess. That's not nothing. I wish the cats would heal me more. Thank you. I keep trying to get a strong charge off and I just like can't. I bounce. No! Oh! That's what I get for not having focus. Yeah, I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2 is weird, Igwe, because, like, there's so many amazing monsters, and I feel like you almost never fight them. There's a lot of them you fight like only a couple times. You know, I didn't think we would need speed sharpen, and yet here we are. They'll put Dalmadur in as well. Eduardo, man, I didn't know you were that high on Copia. If they put Najarala in Wilds, they'll probably put in Dalmadur as well. I mean, brother, I like Cope too, but like you gotta scale it back, man. You don't like Dalmadur. So, all right, they put one snake monster. You have to think about the one other snake monster in the series and be like, well, they gotta put that one in. We got Gormagala. We didn't get Dogmazios. I'm just gonna do. All right, we're gonna do the cutting move. The wide move. I'm just gonna do spam normal charges. We can't. We're not allowed to get strong charges. I think, what is there? There's like some snake in the logo art, right? Something vaguely serpentine in the logo. I'm sure we'll get a thing. Good job, Cat Lord. You got that tail, man. I wonder how long this is going to take. God, I ran just directly into it. I used up all my strong energy on Elatrion, and now I'm saving the rest actually for doing pirate stuff later. Hey, I got the backwards draw slash. That's great. That's almost a little bit of a gotcha bitch moment. Sea of Thieves today? Once the heelless run is over, which is like almost definitely tomorrow, it's gonna be old titles in Sea of Thieves for like probably like 2 to 3 weeks. Sea of Thieves not spit in your mouth. I really like that. Can I tell you something? I really, really like that. Am I sailing later? Absolutely, man. If it's not with you, it's solo PvP. Grinding it out. Grinding out the pain till I learn. You'll stay up then? Hell yeah, man. Dude, Nefudis' sleep schedule's getting really messed up. The real victim is your cat. I do feel kind of bad. There was one night his cat was really mad at him. I hate to share that intimate detail with others, but they should probably know. She's getting used to you being late. Well, you were saying the first time animals get used to your schedule. Pretty soon she's going to be used to being the goblin. Now she'll adapt to your goblin schedule. It's a good thing. Man, I just realized how privileged Insect Blade has it. I mean, it is so lucky being able to just grab a mount off of Najarala whenever it wants. It's so weak to it. I guess I'll try and go for a beak break. Like, it doesn't take good damage. No, now I'm getting cocky now. I feel like I can get a KO. So I landed a level 3. It was most definitely not weak on the face. The face definitely did not change. Face break did not change the hit zone there. It's such a large monster, and yet sometimes I feel like it's hard to hit it. I guess because it's moving a lot. There's me getting hit by the second hit. Man, it hits hard. I got a pretty good routine going. Between the Monster Hunter and the sailing. I'm having fun. It will be interesting. We haven't probably streamed Sea of Thieves for probably like 2 or 3 years. It's pretty different. It's still the same, but I feel like it feels like a better game now. It was definitely limited in terms of activities. We got the KO! Oh, that's so interesting. Its little thingy changes color. Should have done Dodo as the flagship for Wilds. No. Hope that hit. Same as normal Naja? I don't know that I've ever seen Najarala exhausted before. New for me! Probably could have charged more, but I was nervous. Well, I'm at least getting some footage of me not getting my ass kicked. That's helpful. Only 15 minutes in. Almost 20. You wish Punish Crit Draw worked more than Frostcraft so they'd be used more on just Greatsword. I mean, I've seen some funny things with dual blades in Punish Draw. I'm not saying it's good. No, I think ProCal what that was there was just a Zamite underneath those. That is likely what you saw. But you can always review the tapes. I would trust your analysis, bro. Man, they like doing that move a lot. I'm glad we got the punish draw KO. You think the punish draw KO actually helped a lot for getting the exhaustion? Or punish draw in general? Aside from siege monsters, what is the monster you dislike fighting the most? You know what they say? You ever hear the saying before? I'll take a bad day at golf or a bad day fishing than a good day going to the dentist. The worst of the Monster Hunter monsters are still better than many games' best fights. I know Maximum Might works that way, Eduardo. I don't know if crit draw is the same. So how would you say peel? Is it peel or pile? If we're talking about like the Spanish word for skin. Peel. PL? You've always said it pile. Well, Eduardo says pile. Krokow is saying peel. I'll just say peel. Pile. Brute Tank says pile. Well, now you guys are supposed to agree. I agree differently. You guys, you know what? I like you, YouTube chat. I'll keep you around for a little bit longer. You guys make me laugh. "16 minutes. That was bad, but for not Insect Glaive and not good armor skills, it'd be worse. I could type into Google and have it pronounce it for you. That's a really good point. I'm trying to get it from Google and it won't do it. Hold on. He's gonna say it? I got a YouTube video up. It's like, it's 17 seconds. Say the word! Did they forget to upload the audio?
Piel. Piel.
I can't hear that.
Piel. Piel.
PL? Like, to peel?
Piel.
Huh?
Piel.
PL, like to peel your skin off. Don't peel your skin off.
Piel.
PL.
Piel.
Okay. That's kind of maybe peeling your nails off. Don't say stuff like that. It's bad. All right, I'm good. Oh, it's so loud. I turned the audio up, and now it's too loud. Oh, I gotta stop recording. How long is this recording bar? 26 minutes? It's too long. All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go play Sea of Thieves. Hopefully finish up that no healing run tomorrow. And then probably Sea of Thieves, on, Friday. So look forward to that. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you soon. I love you. Goodbye.